Let's rock and roll.
Rock and roll hoochie coo. Today's episode of Wine Time Fridays is brought to you in part by our friends at CDA Gourmet. I'm not going to say it. Pilgrim's Market and J. Bookwalter Wines.
It's been a long week, right? Are you ready to wind down? Why not? It's time for the Wine Time Fridays podcast with Shelley and Phil. Neither are sommeliers, but both have a deep passion for life, each other, and of course, delicious wine. And now, here to talk about this week over a glass of wine is Shelley and Phil. It's wine time!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wine Time Fridays with Shelley and Phil, and thank God, another guest. Let's just get right into it. Shelley, happy Friday. It's football season, and it's wine time.
Oh no, I have to have 2 bells. The bells are still here.
The bells have not gone anywhere. Today we have Damon Huard. Okay, Damon, help us out here because I'm constantly chastised by Shelley because I say passing time wine.
It could be both, right?
Well, what is it? What do you tell me?
I say it's passing time.
Passing time.
As opposed to
passing time?
No.
You have got so many plugs in the last 3 weeks because
we argue about it.
We argue about it.
Or passing time.
What are we
It's
saying?
time for passing time. You know what? You guys are awesome. You can say whatever you want. I kind of like that little pause you had between it. It says passing time. Passing time. You know, it's all good. It's just wine, but it's what we do when we're hanging out with our friends. We're drinking good wine. We're just passing time.
Man. Damn right. By the way, the whole title of this episode is the perfect play: wine, football, and passing time with Damon Huard.
And friends.
Oh, I should put "and friends."
I like it.
Yeah, so we just opened a 2023 passing time.
Yeah, I got that guy here myself.
I'm sure I'm going to say it wrong the whole time. I need to say this. While we were waiting for Damon to show up, we did have a reception wine, and I want to call that out. It was the Revora 2022 Revora Rosé.
Rosé, great way to start.
Yeah,
all day rosé.
All day rosé, every day.
It's about as light as this is.
The 22 is very, very light. Revora is we're going to get
wine.
It's an Idaho estate wine. And and they're going to be the sponsor of our wine word of the day of the week when we get there. So let's go ahead. You know, passing time. Damon, you guys are really, really well known for your reds, and to the point where like you've got reds, Red Mountain, Walla Walla, Horse Heaven Hills.
Mm-hmm.
You got a little and that's all within the Columbia Valley for the most part.
It is all in the Columbia Valley, sure.
Yeah, but you've got the terroir differences are amazing, right?
Right. I mean, that's kind of we wouldn't make them all if they weren't so different.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah,
certainly want to celebrate the difference in place and terroir and the different appellations for sure.
And we are going to get into those differences when we get to the reds, but this is a white, and I didn't really beg. But I kind of begged, Damon, can we get a Chard? And you said yes. So I really appreciate that. Wine Time Fridays toast to health, wealth, and abundance, gratitude, romance.
And peace on earth.
There we go. Cheers.
Ooh, that's like a church bell.
It is a church bell.
I have to let the dog in.
This is a professional podcast, episode 281 on this first September Friday in September. This is really good. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got a little oak on this, yes?
We do. Believe it or not, it's like 60% like new French oak.
Okay.
But I think it's the style in which we kind of make it. We certainly don't leave it on the oak as long as maybe most people do. And it's just really, really good oak. like so many domestic shards, especially, are done with American oak. This is like French oak, like sparing no expense to, try to make one of the great Washington shards with this. But I think right away you notice, yeah, it's a little lighter on his feet, a little cleaner, a little crisper than
Yes.
most shards. We're going for that. That is the style. We are trying to be more old world than new world with the style of shard. But at the same time, I still think there is that weight on your palate that most people want, when they order a shard. But certainly our style is more white burgundy than a lot of domestic shards.
Super balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, very balanced.
Shelly, this is by the way, $50 at the winery. This is a fantastic value as well. So
Yeah.
blunt, so structured. Whose idea was this to? Because I was curious how long you
Yep.
had produced this shard, and you told me the other day about 8
About
years,
5 years.
5 years, and
Yeah,
it's starting to take
2018.
tone. Yeah, and
So it's just something, I don't know. In my old age, I'm drinking more white wine. It's a little easier on my body. Obviously, what's the temperature today? What'd you say it was, Phil?
all week it's been in upper 90s, and we hit 100 a couple days.
Exactly. So, these hot summer nights, like I said, I'm just drinking more and more Chardonnay in my old age. I think there is a movement to more white wine. The statistics say that nationally. And, as passing time, as we've evolved over the last decade, we're doing some fun events and different winemaker dinners, and certainly needed a white wine to add to the portfolio. And I've been blown away at the reception of this wine, because you're right. I think we are known as the Cabernet House, and
Yeah,
and I was even a little bit nervous to kind of put it out there, but it has just taken off. I don't make enough of it. It's probably the one wine I am going to increase in production a little bit, to kind of build its awareness. I've basically given this stuff away around town to a few restaurants and clubs that want to pour it by the glass.
sure.
And the only reason I was hesitant to send this to you is because I have like 40 cases left. It's just flown out the door. So yeah, I hate talking about a wine we don't have much of left,
Sure. Yeah.
but the 24 we're actually going to be bottling here in a couple weeks,
Okay.
and it too was an amazing vintage, and all the same vineyards will be involved, increased production. So certainly be a lot easier to get your hands on it. But this 23 is still available on the website, but it will not be for more than the next month for sure.
This isn't like a rosé that you want to get rid of last year's vintage so you're not sitting on it. This is
No,
something that,
no.
yeah, you would be okay, but if you're,
Yeah,
it's a good problem to have, and it's a
yeah.
bad problem to have.
Correct. Right.
So,
Yeah, Jeb Dunnick has a new reviewer for the first time in Washington State, and she's awesome. And I thought, Jeb was not a big fan of white wines, but I thought, I'm gonna throw this in the hat just to see what the new Jeb
sure.
Dunnick team thinks of this shard. And it came out about a month ago, the score, and I spit up my morning coffee when it got 98 points.
Oh,
Ah,
congratulations.
So
wonderful.
yeah, I mean, 98 points for a Washington shard from a publication like Jeb Dunnick. Yeah, it's kind of it just it's so awesome. It's kind of put us on the map with Chardonnay now too.
Well,
Nice.
so Jeb Dunnick doesn't really score whites very well. It sounds like a personal problem with me, but I'm not going to say that publicly.
He wasn't the one who tasted
No,
it.
he
It was the new
wasn't.
person.
This comes from the Connerly Vineyard, Boucher, as well
Yep.
as Gerhardt.
Gearhart.
Yeah,
Yeah, which is kind of up in the ancient lakes. And it's one of these, I've also sourced some Chardonnay from Celilo, which is another amazing kind of cooler growing site in Washington State, kind of down south along the Columbia River. And I've gotten fruit from them in the past. It's logistically a little bit of a challenge for us at times. But yeah, this Gearhart and a couple of these other ancient lake sites have been some fun stuff. And those are younger vines, newer vineyards, but really kind of give it that acidity that we're looking for. So yeah, kind of a fun new vineyard to sort of track there with Gearhart.
How do you decide how much of each of the vineyards to put in the wine?
Yeah, it's really kind of like our blending trials that we do. We Chris Peterson, our winemaker. Truth be told, with our Chardonnay, we have an awesome team at Passing Time, and Jennifer Nance, who I call the starting quarterback at Passing Time, she's our GM. She's kind of my boots on the ground over in Eastern Washington. She's been with me since 2015, or over a decade,
Wow.
and she really has. Uh, Great relationships over there. Her husband was the GM of Goose Ridge for years. He just left to take on work at another company. But Jennifer worked for a long time with a guy by the name of Kendall Mix, who's another just amazing Washington winemaker, cut his teeth at Corliss, and now he oversees the whole program at Walouk. So for us to make a Chardonnay at this price point, and I know $50 seems like a lot, but when we're sourcing fruit from the Connerlees and the Bouchers and the Solilos and we're putting it in this expensive new French oak and all these things, the only way that it was really going to work was for this wine to be made over there in Eastern Washington instead of brought over here to our facility in
Interesting.
Woodinville. So this is the one wine we actually don't make in house. We make it
Okay.
at Walouk under the direction of Kendall Mix, with consultation from myself and Chris Peterson.
Got it.
So it's really like I said, we only made 400 cases of it in 23. I'm bumping this up to 750 with the
Oh, good for
24
you.
vintage. We have to.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just really taken off,
You know,
and
I
I
know that.
want and yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no. I was gonna say, I know that you. It's really important for a brand to stay in your lane. Don't venture outside. But with that said, you also have to listen to
The
your,
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
your
They don't
ideal
want
client.
just right.
So,
You know, for sure. The funny thing is, the whole, yes, now I'm drinking the Chardonnay and it's like my go-to almost daily.
yeah,
But when I first got the idea of making a Chard, it was never in the beginning, 2012. It really started with a visit into South Florida. And, we wanted to move some of our wines down there, obviously with Danny
yeah,
and our connection. And I lived down there for a while. And it was funny when we kind of sat down with the distributor there. They were like, Damon, we love these wines, but you don't make enough of it. This isn't going to work. We really, and it was good advice. He goes, but can you make me a Chardonnay and make a bunch of it? And believe it or not, we did make a Chardonnay in 2018 that was all meant to go to the South Florida market. And
wow,
by the time it was ready to roll, COVID hit and they said, "Sorry, we don't want it." And I was kind of stuck with like a lot of Chardonnay. And that really is kind of when I learned like, "Oh, wow. People are starting to drink more Chardonnay. I think this will really be a nice complement to our portfolio, not only
sure,
for those winemakers I mentioned earlier and winemaker dinners, and because I'm drinking more of it, but it was kind of like almost happened by accident. And now it's really taken off. And I'll be honest with you, in the beginning, it was more trying to make like just a glass pour and a simple everyday Chard.
yeah, yeah,
Now
yeah.
we are all into making a world class Chard that at a price point where I can give it to some people at a glass pour. And so that's kind of why we're doing it over there at Walouk. And and yeah, it's just a great little project, and I'm glad we started it.
That
What,
makes sense.
what,
I mean, we have always drank Chardonnay in this house.
like daily?
Yeah, daily Chardonnay.
I love it.
Since
I
way
love it.
back when, 2001.
I mean, literally, there are exceptions.
We try to get
we try to
outside,
practice what we preach.
experiment with different grapes.
But it's like, do you want me to pull the Sauv Blanc out tonight, or you want a Chard?
Right.
It's
That's
very
awesome.
funny. So you brought up Danny. For those who don't know who Danny is, can you just remind our listeners the story behind the starting,
Yeah, for
where
sure.
Passing Time even came about?
Yeah, no question. I mean, I was a young guy out away from home, 3,000 miles away from home for the first time as a rookie with the Dolphins. And Dan not only taught me a little bit how to be a pro and play the game of football, but taught me about fine wine. And believe it or not, he had some Washington State wines in his cellar in the late 90s. This was circa 1997.
That's
He had a
amazing.
buddy, right? He had a buddy who was a distributor at Southern Glacier who literally was like, turned him on to, I think it was Andrew Will,
Okay,
Cole Solari,
Cole Solari.
and Pepper Bridger, I believe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, Damon, they make some really fine wine where you come from. You ever had this stuff? And I'm like, no, Danny, I couldn't afford this stuff as a poor college kid, but pour me some of that. And so he did, and the bug bit.
Yeah, it did.
And, we just kind of always talked about when I was done playing and back home that maybe we'd start up this little project. And so I'd come home in the off season and I met a lot of the players in the Washington State wine industry. And yeah, here we are all these years later. Started up in 2012. I retired from the NFL in 2009. Actually, the NFL retired me.
Yeah, well.
No, that's
Yeah,
how it
well,
goes.
what was that?
I fooled them for 12 years, so it was a good run.
What was
But,
that last team that you played for,
well,
Damon?
well, the Chiefs, but I did have a cup of coffee with the Niners.
Okay, that's what I was
So
insinuating. The Niners.
is that I don't think it officially counts in the NFL books if you're not on like the opening day roster. But yeah, my last cup of coffee was definitely with the 49ers. So yeah, I don't say that very often in Seahawk country for sure.
No, as you shouldn't. Seahawks play the 49ers this Sunday, so there you
They
go.
do. But
Yep,
but Danny, got me into wine. And so that's why we're here today.
I
And
love
so
that.
he is a part of the project, right?
Oh, he's an owner with me. Yeah.
That's what I was.
So yeah, we have four owners. Kevin Hughes and Doug Donnelly are a couple of local guys that been partners in this from day one as well. Great teammates. Jennifer Nance is also our GM, an owner as well. So actually, there's five of us. But yeah, Danny got me rolling way back when in the late '90s as a young 22-year-old kid, and been drinking that fine Washington State wine ever since.
So I know Kevin and Krista from my days way back at the Met.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that's great.
So does Bruce Sprague ring a bell to you?
I believe so, sort of.
I tell you, he would roll into the Met, and because it's 20 plus years later, but whenever he rolled in, we'd always keep his car up front. I worked for a valet company, my cousin's valet company,
Okay.
for a decade, doing a bunch of restaurants in the Seattle area. And Bruce would roll in, and Kevin would be with Bruce many times, but he would always just kick you $100 bill. And so everyone got real excited when Bruce Sprague came in.
I'll have to ask Kevin about Bruce. I probably met him. I've just been hit in the head so many times I forget. But yeah, it just dawned on me with the Chardonnay, and I think it's good to give her props. Was Virginie Boone is the new reviewer for Washington State Wines with Jeb Dunnick.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
We'll get her name in the show notes for sure.
Yeah, she's really, really neat gal. I can't remember if it was Stanford undergrad, Cal graduate, but one of the two. So I asked her, "Are you a Bears fan or a Cardinal?" And I think she was more of a Cardinal. But anyway, it's a really neat gal, and obviously is doing some great things promoting the Washington State wines.
Would you like her as much if she gave you a 91-point score?
Probably not.
We are going to, Shelly's going to put the dog out, but I want to say this. We're going to do because it kind of blends in and ties in a little bit. It's a very long first segment here, but we're going to talk about the Revora Wine Word of the Week. And I chose this on purpose, Damon. The word is press. Now, had you been a basketball player, well, I know you played basketball in high school. That would mean more for the
glory days.
Yeah, right. But we're talking about press because we are in the middle of the 2025 harvest. I wanted to ask you before we get to this word, how is that 25 harvest coming?
Amazing.
Knock on wood, amazing.
We have some wood.
Yes.
No, we have wood too.
I can't tell you like how perfect it's been.
Oh man,
I
dude,
mean, you talk about not
Wow.
too hot, not too cold, no crazy, nothing. It's like been scarily perfect, and we're coming down the home stretch here.
Yeah.
And obviously it's really hot, and you worry about a few things like I even hate saying the word,
Sure.
fires. But
Yeah.
that's we steered clear of that. So I mean, it's probably going to be a little early, which is just fine.
Get them off the vines.
Yeah. Some years like our 22, we actually hung some fruit into November, and it's cool. But we had to do that because it was such a slow start to the season. I mean, it didn't get warm till the end of June. So everything it's been the perfect growing season. And when it gets above 95, the vines just kind of, the grapes they don't do much. They just kind of go into neutral.
Protection.
But you stay around there or below it, or it's only there for an hour or two during the day. Like, it's just freaking awesome. And then luckily for us, Cabernet, thrives with the heat. So, even in hotter years, it's not like we've had trouble. But it's been just the Chamber of Commerce growing season in Eastern Washington.
Nice. How about the Chardonnay? Have you started harvesting this yet?
Not yet. We're probably going to in the next week or so.
Got it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's coming up to that time. So the word is press, right? After harvest, you go into the grape press. After fermentation, the winemaker uses a press to gently squeeze the grape skins and seeds to extract the remaining juice.
Yes.
Known as press wine, which can add depth and complexity to the final blend. I thought, rather than doing punt like we did last time when we had Damon and Drew Bledsoe on, press is not a good thing for a quarterback. Press means you're pushing too hard, which was my career, pushing too hard. And
I thought you said you were always apologizing.
So the story is, Damon, I would apologize when on a handoff I didn't get the ball exactly to the running back. And so I had to kind of go get it or whatever, and I would apologize, and my backs would always say, "Dude, stop apologizing so much."
That's funny.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you're right. As a quarterback, you better not press. You better be calm and cool, collected. And
absolutely.
you always say like one snap and clear, meaning after every snap, you just clear your mind and go on to the next one.
Whether it's a perfect throw 80 yards down the field for a touchdown or
a pick six.
We're not going there.
No, but it happens.
We're not going there. We don't need to bring up any Oregon Ducks or anything.
No, we're not.
No, but it's true. And it's like, a pitcher in baseball and you give up a dinger or whatever, you have to brush that off. It's a mindset, and it's not easy.
It's hard to brush off a mistake in a wine, though.
Well, no, but the two press, the word press means two completely different things in the wine world and football.
That's true. That is true.
Did you catch any of the game with the Huskies finally?
Colorado
State. What do you think of Damon Williams?
I'm a huge fan of Damon. Have been since the day he stepped foot on this campus. I mean, in the old days, you'd say a dual threat quarterback, and it really meant the guy could run, but he couldn't throw it. Now, these kids today, I mean, and a guy like Damon, he is the fastest guy on the field. So yes, he can run. He's a dual threat, but he can absolutely fire it. And his accuracy, the way the ball comes off his hand, and he does want to sit in the pocket and make all the
Yeah,
throws. So he's a complete quarterback. Even though it's so different. Seeing a guy 5'9" running
yeah,
around, but it's today's college
5'9".
football.
Oh my
You
yeah. It
God.
is
know,
today's college
a-
football. I,
and you saw the quarterback from Boston College, beat our old friend Kalen DeBoer. I mean, it's just the game. There's always been running quarterbacks, right? You think
oh
back to
sure,
the
oh sure.
wishbones of Oklahoma and
Oh
Nebraska, and
wow.
Tommy Frazier and Jamal Hollow. But now these guys, it's like all these kids have QB trainers in sixth grade, and they play
Yeah,
7-on-7 football year round, and they're better passers than they've ever been. Throwers and catchers, all these guys. You'll see freshman receivers come in ready to play, but really just the ability of these quarterbacks that are such better athletes. In the old days, they take the 6'4" dude who could stand in the pocket and see over the line,
yeah,
and you really didn't have to run all that much. The game was kind of different. It was more the running backs, right? Just Napoleon Kaufman or
yeah.
just, Bean O'Brien. Just get the ball to these guys. But now today, right? Like, man, if you can throw it, but you can also run, the ability to extend the play with your athleticism, man, it's different. I'm glad I played when I did because I don't think I'd make it today.
Well, here's what I saw, and I didn't watch it live, and I had to watch it the day after, and fast forward between the huddles just to knock it out in an hour.
Hmm.
This is what I saw. He throws a nice ball.
Oh, he does.
He throws a real nice ball. I don't know if it's Michael Penix nice because
It's actually really close. The
it's
spiral.
pretty close.
It's
Yeah,
it's
but
close.
I tell you, Michael Penix may have the best ball I've seen in a long time.
It's
But
pretty. You want
but
to know why you think his is prettier?
because he's left-handed.
It's coming from the South. And
That's what
I'm telling you,
I
like,
didn't know
there's
that was
something about
coming.
it's like a lefty, the lefty like 3-point shooters. You remember
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
Smooth
you're
Sam
right.
Perkins?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's just different. It
yeah. It just
anyway.
comes off the hand different and everything. Also,
Yeah.
his decision making I thought was really good. He
Oh yeah,
did
he's so smart.
he ran the ball,
Yep.
and then he got out of bounds. If he
Yeah.
found he could maybe stretch it out another 5 or 10 yards, he did that, but he protected himself. He took
He
a
did.
sack or two, which I know people don't like sacks, but these were, if there's a good sack, these are good sacks. He
Yeah.
didn't make a
Yep.
stupid mistake. So
Right.
that's
Live
kind
to
of what
play
I
another
saw.
down.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
No,
So,
I'm excited. He has to stay healthy. And if he does, I think the dogs can get to 9 wins this year.
well, it's not like Alabama, who's going to be lucky to get to only 9 losses. So there you go. With that, did I just say
Okay.
that?
It's all good.
With that, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to
Okay.
get into some Reds.
Okay, pour the wine.
Oh, yeah. Well, we haven't come back yet. Do you want to come back? You want to bring us back?
You need to get
Come back.
I've got
We
all
can
the
go.
wine right here.
All right.
All right.
Jeez.
Welcome back to episode 281 on this September 5th. Still warm. It's not fall. I don't want to hear any sweater weather stuff. And we're talking to Damon Huard of Passing Time Winery.
Damon, are we okay? So I've got the Columbia Valley, Horse Heaven Hills, Walla Walla, and the Red Mountain in that order. Is that good?
That sounds perfect. Yep. We'll start with the 22 Columbia Valley red wine,
Yes, please.
which in and of itself could be called a Cabernet, but we don't call it a Cabernet because every year the blend can be a little bit different. This particular year, though, it is 80% cab and 15% um, Merlot and 5%. Excuse me. What is it? How much? What? 5% Cab Franc. That is correct. 5%. 80% Cab, 15% Merlot, 5% Cab Franc.
Well,
You're
you're
looking
pretty
at
close.
one of the white wines. You're looking at one of the white wines. The CVR is the black. Is the black?
Did
Is
I pull the wrong one?
You
Well, I
did.
did. Well, I wanted to let it breathe a little bit.
There you go. Yeah.
Fine.
So this is our kind of our black label or dark charcoal label. Our CVR red blend. Some years, might have
There we go.
28%
I'm still learning to read.
Merlot, and it would so we just call it a red blend. But this is our everyday red. It's our probably our best selling wine at restaurants. A great steakhouse wine. And it's just really what it is I hate to call it like our declassified or second label, but every year when we're making our 3 appellation specific cabs, the Red Mountain, Walla Walla, Horse Heaven, we're going to taste here. Um, when we're doing our blends, some years, hey, the best blend for the Horse Heaven Hills cab is 8 barrels of Discovery and 5 of the benches. Yet we have 10 of each in house.
Right.
So where do these other barrels go? They can find a home here in our Columbia Valley Red Blend. So of the 80% cab in this wine, 20% of it comes from the Seven Hills Vineyard in Walla Walla, managed by the great Sadie Drury, who's just an amazing vineyard manager out there at Seven Hills. And also has 16% Clipson cab,
Nice.
16% Red Mountain Vineyard cab, which owned by Corliss. It's kind of confusing. What do you mean, Red Mountain Vineyard? Yes, that's what the name of it is and always has been. It's kind of right in between Ciel de Cheval and Kiona. It also has some Andrews family Cabernet in here, which is in the Horse Heaven Hills. 7% of that Kiona Heart of the Hill on Red Mountain. 5% of the benches, which is Wallula Vineyard, some people might call it. And then just a dash, 3% of Pepperbridge. So that makes up the 80% of the cab. The Merlot and Cab Franc all come from, check that. The Cab Franc comes from Shampoo. The Merlot, 8% comes from Clipson, 7% from Shampoo. So these are all old, established, iconic vineyards. Like
Yeah.
I said, this is all the same fruit that goes into our big, high-end cabs that put us on the map. But when we're making those wines, the very best they can be, sometimes when blending, some vintages, some barrels are best with others, and so it finds
Sure.
a home here. Yeah.
Last week we had our wine word of the week was it's what the D2 label is with DeLille. Duzium. That's what this would be, is the Duzium. Yeah. So this is the 2022 Passing Time Columbia Valley Red. And you know everything that's in there right now because Damon just went over that.
Yeah.
We're going to do a hashtag cheersing real quick. Oh, gosh. So
D2, I think, is a little more Merlot based every vintage. If I believe so, but you're right, it is similar in that I would imagine it's, they do a lot of blends and things with all their different cabs, and then it finds a home in D2.
Yep.
Because they had Merlot left over, so it needs to be Merlot dominant.
Hashtag cheersing.
Yes.
Cheers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is very approachable,
Oh
for
my God, are you
2022.
kidding me? Yes.
It
So
just,
much. Mm.
it is very silky, on the mouthfeel, which I love. Yeah, great on that mid palate, long finish. Like I said, I hate calling this our second label.
Yeah, no, I get it. And it's really
96
not.
points,
I mean, it's still
International
Passing
Wine
Time brand.
Report.
Yeah.
It's not.
But it's a little less expensive. So, but
We're
we
around
we we
60 bucks.
turn this wine we turn our wines into all the critics. I don't know how much you like talking about scores, but across the board, I think the highest review it got was 96 from International Wine Report, 94 from Dunnick. But I'm just as proud, believe it or not, as the Wine Spectator, as we all know, is in Napa Valley. And two of the cabs we're going to taste, at least to date, with the 22 vintage. The Red Mountain and Horse Heaven Hills both got 95s, which are the highest Washington rated Cabernets of the 22 vintage to date. And this got a 93 from Wine
Yeah.
Spectator. Like that's a good score.
That's
93 from
solid.
Wine Enthusiast as well. 93 from Vinius, which Tanzer, like that stuff's
Yeah.
hard. So this is kind of that 93 to 95 point wine, depending on the critic, but really good score. I think price to score ratio for this wine, and yeah,
Do you
it's very very approachable at a young age.
do you when you go in and you've tasted your wines, and you guys have a team that knows your wines inside and out.
Yes.
You know what these taste like. And if you get a score that you're like, wonder how they came up with that.
Yeah.
Does it crush you, or do you just like chalk it up to a different opinion?
It's really only happened a couple times. And I will totally chalk it up to another opinion.
Yeah.
But I think when one person gets it wrong out of 10, like really wrong, either I'm like, hey, can I send you another bottle? It happened in 2015 with the Wine Advocate, and they gave like our Horse Heaven Hills like 88 points or something. I was
Yeah.
just so curious. And then before I could get to this person, I found like they got fired from reviewing Washington wines.
Oh no.
So, yeah, like so
Well, you still needed to send them another bottle to say, can we
Can somebody else review
Can
this?
somebody else review this, please?
right, exactly. So yeah, I am all about, I've had coaches that didn't like me as a player.
Yeah.
I had coaches that love me. So, like I said, if we've been very blessed by the critics. And so, and you can't just hang your hat on that. But there's no doubt. I think doing it for over a decade now, and the following that we have, and certainly they've been good to us, and it helps. But I think more than anything today, because there's so many great wines and
Yeah.
so many great Washington wineries, um, I really think we have the following that we do. Yes, our wines are great, but we also have, with our wine club, we do 4 big events a year at the winery, and that's really it. And I think we do it a little bit differently. There's no tokens when you come to our place, and here you can have a sip of wine. Like it's a party, and it's a good
Well, why
time.
haven't we gone over there?
I don't know. I don't know. So we have our first one of the year coming up on Thursday, September 26th. And it's one of the most fun ones. It's not the biggest, but it's right up there. So it's called Monday Night Merlot. Except this year, the Seahawks do not have a home Monday or away Monday night game. We always do it when the Seahawks are out of town and they're playing on Monday Night Football. But they do have a Thursday night football game at Arizona. So it's
Oh,
kind of changed for the first time in a decade from Monday Night Merlot to Thirsty Thursday Night
yeah.
Merlot
Oh,
at
how
Passing
fun.
Time.
So
And we
you have
get
the
the
game, you have
Barachi
the
pizza
game on.
truck.
Yeah.
We have the game on, and we release our Merlot that we make about 100 cases of every year, and it kind of flies out the door. So that's the next one coming up, and then we do our big holiday open house weekend in early December. Then we do our big in March. Danny comes to town. We used to call it our spring release weekend, but during
Yeah.
COVID, our club members wanted their wines. We bottle the stuff in June, and everyone was drinking through their cellar. And they're like, "Can we get our wine sooner?" And so,
Can we
We don't
double
know
up
what
our
to
order?
do.
yeah, there's that. So we kind of start. What we do with our wine club members is they can come to any one of these events and pick it up. If they want their wine in September, even though it was only bottled in June, we get it to them. or otherwise they'll come to the holiday open house weekend, December, the spring release. If you want to wait all the way until March when Danny's in town, that's the big weekend, big party. And then end of May, first weekend in June is kind of our new Chardonnay kind of release. Stock your stellar summer
Yeah,
Chardonnay. So yeah, I mean, there's, and our wine clubs really, if I'm being a salesman here, it's not, we don't send you wines quarterly and charge you send you wines you might not want.
sure.
Maybe you don't like Zinfandel. Well, we're not going to send one to you.
You
No
guys,
offense to
You
the
have a
Zin fans
Zinfandel?
out
you
there.
guys
I'm sorry.
produce a Zin?
What's that?
Are you producing a Zin?
No, God, no.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
I'm
I
like,
don't think
wait a
there's.
minute. What did
I
I
don't think
miss
there's one.
here?
I don't think there's one made in Washington. But anyway, all that being said, our wine club basically you buy 3 bottles, 6 bottles, or a case a year, and you choose between our 3 big cabs.
Yeah, yeah,
Horse Heaven, Red Knot, Walla Walla. So that's really it. And then hey, we got these other fun offerings along the way. If you want some, great. If not, no big deal. But as a club member, you get first dibs on the Chard, on the CVR we're tasting, on our Merlot.
yeah. So clearly, this is a Husky heavy episode. No Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, thank God.
Right? I know exactly. Sorry, Drew. No hard feelings, or are there? But Shelly, of course, we're gonna have to throw her a USC bone, and
You don't
Damon.
have any USC shirts?
No, I don't. But I'm wearing a Curtis Williams
Um,
jersey from back in the day. A very, very sad story. Actually, I thought that's where Rick Neuheisel shined the best was during that whole
agree.
thing. That's
Agree.
that's my opinion. But I have a little story to share with our listeners. And Damon, you do have wine in your glass. Sit back and relax and listen to this. This is a Dear Abby story. I have 2 brothers. One attended USC. The other was sentenced to the electric chair. And my mother died in the insane asylum when I was 3 years old. My father is a convicted narcotics pusher. One of my sisters is highly respected and successful prostitute. The other is common law wife of a top mafia hitman, and my uncle is currently serving a life sentence for burglarizing the headquarters of the Boy Scouts of America.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying. Recently, I met a girl shortly after she was released from reform school where she served time for smothering her illegitimate baby. We are very much in love and plan to be married soon. She knows nothing about my family. Dear Abby, my question to you is, should I tell her about my brother who went to USC?
That's pretty bad.
Thank
I
you.
think you should have started it with my brother who went to Oregon.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that.
I mean, seriously.
So do you actually so Damon, your brother and your daughter, there are a lot of USC ties, semi unfortunately, but a lot of USC ties right now in your family, right?
Yeah, there are. My brother Luke is the offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. My son Sam is a quarterback on the roster there. And my daughter Holly is the executive assistant to our old friend Jen Cohen, who wants the AD at
Oh, that's
UW, now the
right. That's
AD
right.
at UNC. So, yep, I have a lot of U.S. Huskies that are Hewards now
Sure.
at USC.
Um, and how so USC clearly Luke had a good game last weekend.
Yeah, no, they tore it
They
up.
almost put up 80 points, right?
Yeah, 73. It was pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
I kept walking in the room because I'm like, I've got 4 games on. It's the first weekend of
Oh yeah.
college football. So I've got 4 and one of the Mariners game, but 4 screens on. And Shelly's like, yeah, USC's up by 23. I'm like, no, that was 5 minutes ago. They're up by 30 now. So
Yeah, they
anyway,
have a lot of playmakers, and thankfully for me that the Trojans and Huskies don't play this year, so that's a good
that's
thing.
right. Yeah. How about your daughter who played volleyball at UW? Is she still doing that?
Yes, Brooke is still on the team. She is on a plane to Dallas right now. They are off to a pretty rough start this season. They're 1-2. They lost a couple of games in Colorado this last weekend, so hopefully they can get it turned around down there in Texas.
The Washington volleyball program uh, might only be second to their crew.
Yeah, no, they've had a great run.
Yeah, and it's
For
so
sure.
fun to see. So fun to see. And by the way, watching women's volleyball,
It's the
those
best.
girls are such athletes.
Amazing athletes.
They're absolutely, it's maybe the most fun game to watch is women's volleyball. Anyway,
I
okay,
agree. It just it sucks you in. The volleys, the rallies, they're just, yeah. And they hit that ball at me, I get knocked out. I mean,
Yep,
they're so
quick and
good.
so fast.
I mean,
And
yeah,
they're fast. It's a great game.
it's
Are we
unbelievable.
pouring the correct one?
I think we are. We are pouring the 2022
I got all screwed up.
Passing Time Horse Heaven Hills
Horse heaven. All right, let's do it.
Cabernet Sauvignon, as I mistakenly opened it too early, but now it's
You
been
know what
breathing.
though? I would tell everybody on the program here, like, these are 22s. This is our current availability on the website,
Yeah,
and I have less than 25 cases left of this Horse Heaven Hills.
is that
Ooh,
right?
less than the shark.
Yeah, I know this. I do this. This is really our flagship wine. When we started in 2012, this was the only wine we made. And this is where all my family's roots are. My dad grew up in Prosser. My great grandfather Nelson Huard was a farmer right there in the Prosser Valley. He grew everything. Believe it or not, there's a Huard Road that Dick Boucher drives down like
Is that
every
right?
other day. Hey, I'm on Huard Road, named after my. And I
So
really knew
Boucher
nothing about.
Vineyards was one of the vineyards into that Chardonnay from Dick.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of cool. Um, when we started, this is all I wanted to do was make a cab from the place my family's roots were, and that was the
Yeah.
end of it.
Yeah.
But by 14, I got a little tired of people asking me, "Is your winery in Walla Walla?" And then it was like, and then we always had a little Red Mountain Clipson Merlot, in our original Horse Heaven Hills cabs. And some years it's still in it, but they'd be like, "Oh, Red Mountain." So I thought in 14, like, you know what? I'm going to make 3 cabs from these 3 places that people really identify Washington wine with. And you have a dinner party and same varietals, same vintage, open them all up. It's so different. Back to the beginning of this conversation.
Yeah,
Just really
exactly.
celebrate the difference in terroir and place and the neat things we're doing here in Washington State.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we just opened up this Horse Heaven Hills, and what distinguishes this from
Mhm.
the Red Mountain and the Walla Walla?
For me, it's the nose right away. I just, I this the floral notes on this big cab, like it's just like this fight between, like, I don't know, grace and just the floral notes. But then it's also just like the power on the finish, right? Like it's just there's just so much going on, and there always is with this wine, and we've really dialed in this blend. And the Discovery Vineyard, for those of you who do not know it, uh, for our money at Passing Time, it's the best cab site in the state right now. I think vineyards kind of, they certainly they take some time to mature.
Sure.
Discovery right now is just in the zone.
It
My guess is like, it's 16 years old, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit older. But it is the backbone of this cab. 65% of it is Discovery cab. It's so dark. Milo May and Kay, his wife, they just do an amazing job, and their son there now managing the vineyard. It couldn't be better. And then you mix that in with some of this benches Wallula stuff that's just a special clone, and it's just dialed. And then the Merlot kind of fleshes it out. This does actually have 9% Merlot in it, from the Shampoo Vineyard, 4% Shampoo Cab Franc. So the Cab Franc, I think, really helps with that nose I mentioned.
yeah.
The Merlot fleshes it, and the Cab is just, man, it's going at you from all different angles. But yeah,
So
it's black fruits, just
yeah,
just
but it's
loaded.
so well-rounded.
So
And
well rounded. Yeah.
yeah. So Chris, you're a winemaker, Chris Peterson.
Hmm.
How often at this time of year, this is a critical time of year right now.
It
How
is.
often is he making it over Eastern Washington, or is he just grabbing a bed and breakfast and just hanging around?
You know, this is probably his favorite time of year. Well,
Yeah.
that, and then obviously we're doing the blending trials, but he is over there every week. And yeah, he's putting a lot of miles on his car. Not only, he has his own project as well with Avenia, but
Hmm.
um, he loves it. He grew up in Yakima, so he loves being over there. He'll stay the night at his folks' house after a long day, tasting fruit in all the vineyards.
Yes.
And so, yeah, he's over there. I'll get over there here probably in the next couple of weeks as well. I love to get over every year and say hi to all of our farmers and vineyard managers
Yeah.
who make this possible. And but yeah, certainly it's left in Chris's hands when to pick this stuff. And after doing it for as long as we have, we got a pretty good feel. And all these wineries and or vineyards that we're working with, they collect data for us and get that to us as far as the bricks and the acids and
Yeah. Yeah.
all those things. So we're definitely on top of it, and it's about to be training camp for Team Passing Time here for the next month as you bring this fruit in and they grind and hopefully you're done before Thanksgiving is kind of way
Yeah.
our
How
team wants to.
many are involved um, with the whole blending process? Is that
Yeah, it's
something
it's
where
really cool.
Chris is, yeah,
Yeah, so definitely Chris is steering the project, but we've had two kind of assistant winemakers, Jared Schmick and John Sigmar now that have been with us the last, gosh, I want to say John's been 8 years, Jared's been 6, and so they're really a killer team, and so all four of us are really going through that, and it's amazing, like. Hey, let's try it with the Cab Franc. Let's bump it up to 6% instead of 4%, and just 1%. Like how much it changes.
it's
But
amazing,
that
isn't it?
it's amazing. It's amazing. But that's
It does.
that's what I pay Chris the big bucks to do is to make
Yeah,
those
I mean,
decisions, and
and
and that's the artist in him.
right.
And he'll kind of get the wine to a certain place where I have like 3 or 4 choices, and we kind of all just sit through it and talk through it, and it's like every time it's like that's it.
So Marino, all he gets to do is pay a bunch of money in and then have wine sent in. He
You
has
know what's
he
funny?
has no choice.
He actually loves
You can drink.
he's a bigger fan of this than you might think. I mean, he he was like, originally with our label it didn't have kind of the color around it like you see
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And he's like, Damon, we need to add some color to this thing. And he's like, Red Mountain, why don't we put red around the red? I was like, okay. Uh, oh, the Blue Mountains of Walla Walla. Let's put blue. And then our gold label, our Horse Heaven Hills. Let's put gold on that guy. So, he's all in, and he's been a great partner, and obviously helped. We have so many wonderful club members down in South Florida. And so Danny's a big part of this, who actually got this whole thing started.
Well, I will tease this when we come back, we will see that red ring and blue ring around the label when we come back to taste the last two reds. Look, we're not unless it could go on YouTube. I don't know. Welcome back to Wine Time Fridays with Shelly and Phil and Damon Huard with Passing Time Winery. And I'm
All
saying it
right.
that way. By the way, Damon, this is not his first role. He is actually, correct me if I'm wrong, Damon, the director of external relations community relations, and fundraising at the University of Washington.
Well, I'm not like the director of fundraising, but I
Yeah,
kind of have this,
daunting to
external
me.
role there. I have some fancy title. It changes all the time, but I'm more or less an ambassador to the program. So,
Yeah,
do
what
a
a
lot of public
great
speaking on
role.
behalf of our AD and our football coach, and certainly I do have a lot of dear friends that are alumni and supporters, and so yeah, it's been a fun role for me. I get my football fix, get to be around my beloved Huskies,
Yeah,
and
want
really
to
an
know.
awesome role. Want
And
to know, baby? Want to
tomorrow they
know?
play UC Davis.
Ooh.
Shelley,
Yeah,
UC Davis.
They have a good veterinary program.
Well, here's the
and
Oh,
good
thing.
good
and
wine, good
wine,
wine
maybe.
program too.
Maybe wine.
Yeah.
So our friend Erica Orr
Okay.
of Erica Orr Wines is going to be tailgating there tomorrow,
Wow.
Oh, fun.
but not for long. She says she can't go to the game because she's too busy doing the winemaking. And I said, have you and Damon met? And she's like, not yet. And I said, I'll make sure it happens. She's like, no. I'm like, no, I'm going to pressure Damon and he's going to come. Have you had any Eric or wines?
I have not.
They
Good stuff.
surprised the crap out of us.
Okay.
They
I'll have
are
to give them a try.
very good.
How do you spell it?
ORR.
Okay.
Rebecca Orr.
And
And
where are they sourcing the fruit from?
they are from Eastern Washington, and I'm not sure exactly where because I can't remember what I did this morning. So there you go. But yeah, her flagship was a Chenin Blanc,
Oh,
and
nice.
but gosh Almighty, we were
Okay, I'll have
a
to
little
check
bit
them out.
taken aback. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Wasn't she voted like the most upcoming
in
winemaker?
2017. Yep,
Yeah.
in
Okay,
Seattle Magazine.
I love it.
The same year, same magazine that Chris Upchurch was named winemaker of the year. So there you go.
Got you.
The
Um, Walla Walla. Which one we drinking first, Red Mountain or Walla Walla?
Well, I have an affinity.
It's blue.
It's blue. I have an
Okay,
affinity for Red Mountain these days. So I went with the Walla Walla
okay,
2022, and you
let's
can
do
get
it.
mad at me if you'd
Okay.
like.
Not
Uh,
at all. You kidding me? No, dude, this is awesome. I mean, this is
oh my
Seven
god!
Hills, 100% cab. This is a monster. I don't know if you have a New York strip on the back grill, but that's what you want to eat with this with this wine. Um,
Well, we have some
it's
ribeye.
Well, we have tri-tip
that'll
tonight.
work.
Yeah. Oh,
Tri-tip
we
would
have
work
fried
too.
stuff.
Yeah.
This is 100% cab.
Ugh.
Comes from Seven Hills and Pepper Bridge. It's 60% Seven Hills, 40% Pepper Bridge. About 60% new French oak. But this one, the tannins are there. This is the one of the three where if I've said, hey, this is probably one you want to maybe lay down for a
Lay
few
down for a
more
little bit.
years. But you can see the structure. This is just a big, you know, iron fist of Pepper Bridge cab, and then just the elegance from Seven Hills. It's a fun wine, one we're really proud of, but one that I do think will benefit from a little bit of time in the cellar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't
Mhm.
taste too young, though. Oh, now what?
Well, I forgot to do this at the break. Okay.
All right, fine.
I'm paying respect to the University of Washington. I didn't even wear my hat yet. I could. This thing once it opens up, but there are some
Yeah,
tannins. You said it 100%. There
yeah,
are some
for
tannins.
sure. But
Um,
super concentrated. Like
mm,
it's very balanced. It's all there. It just like honestly, I mean, you just open that thing up, give it
oh
an
yeah.
hour.
Yep.
Hey, you want to drink it now? That's great. My trick in the mornings, if I'm pouring a wine that night for dinner, I'm actually going to pop the cork in the morning. I'm going to
Yeah.
pour an ounce out. I'm going to pour an ounce out, get a little more air in that bottle, put the cork kind of lightly back in, and then I am going to decant it for an hour or two. That 1 ounce I'll have with my Wheaties, just to get my day started. And
I like the fact
but
that Damon's still eating Wheaties.
exactly. Does anybody eat cold cereal anymore?
I haven't for probably a decade.
You can use
I
the
can't say
overnight
that I have
oats.
either.
I mean,
I
it used to be
mean,
wheat checks, but no
I
longer.
mean, I mean, you remember as a kid though, right? If you were Lucky Charms or
Oh,
Cookie Crisp,
they
or
are so
I mean,
magically delicious.
and so magically
I'm
horrible for
telling
you.
you. And that is why you hit the wall because of all that sugar.
Exactly.
But it's so good.
Exactly. Yeah.
But we
But
digress.
right. So big wine here. Owen Bar Green, 97 points. Jeb Dunnick, 97. Wine Enthusiast, 96. Editor's Choice. Vinius, is that how you pronounce it?
I
Venice?
think
It
so.
used to be
Yep.
Tansin.
Yep.
Anyway, 94 plus. Actually like this one a little better than my other two. So yeah, it's just it's a big, bold, uh like but structure, just like I said, the structure's there and balance is there.
Gosh.
It just needs some time.
You know, I was captured right off the bat with this nose. This thing,
You know,
oh,
this nose is rocking too.
geez, Louise, my goodness. Man,
Yeah, that's killer.
It's amazing.
Shelley, do you have anything to add?
You're gonna enjoy this one 2 days from now even better if you don't finish it tonight.
If we don't.
So we are big fans of the re-pour
hmm
product. It's the best way we've found to kind of
Preserve.
preserve
And
a red wine. And in this case, we've opened 4 reds that
But we
we're
don't
not
have any.
we're not drinking tonight. But I can't find report in our house to save my life. So now what am I supposed to do but drink the 4 bottles tonight? But this one,
dude, you got a great long weekend of football to drink these wines,
you're
and they're just
right
going to
about
get
that.
better and better and better.
And it starts Thursday night. Gosh,
It does.
we are
We're
in the
starting off
middle.
with a bang.
We are in the middle of football season. The Hawks
It's
play the
great.
49ers. The Dogs play UC Davis. USC, do you know who Damon, you know who USC is playing?
Georgia Southern, the return of Clay Helton to the
Really?
Coliseum. Be an
Clay
interesting
Helton
game.
going against his old school. I really liked Clay Helton.
You did.
I did.
Good guy.
Yeah, and I
Just
think he kind of got just
he had that one really good year there, and then just kind of
Yeah.
fell off. And at a place like LA, in USC, the expectations are double digit wins every year. I mean, you don't do that, you're going to be run out of town.
I know you probably have pretty strong relationships with even past Husky coaches, but I don't. And I was going to say, I told Shelley this last weekend, I'm like, so a few of the last couple of Husky coaches didn't really have a very good weekend. Sark went down, and DeBoer,
Kalen went down.
went down in a heap of, that's the one that hurts because I really bought his whole rhetoric about we're going to build a strong program. And then he's like, what? Alabama? Okay.
I know.
It's
It's big business now. College
It
football,
is,
it's
but I'm
big
sorry.
business.
And Shelley, you'll have to just understand there is no place
Like home.
No, there's that, but there's no place like Husky Stadium in college sports.
Well, there's the Coliseum.
Yeah, but you don't look out over Lake Washington. You're not sailgating.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's just
It's a special
it's unlike
place.
any
I'm with
other
you.
place, And
It
so
really
I
is.
don't. Yeah, that's just me. What?
No, it really is. I mean, there's nothing like a packed house and running out of that tunnel to the sound of that siren with those waves crashing on the beach there of Mont Lake and the beat of those drums with that
Oh,
Husky marching band, and oh man, there's nothing better than Husky Stadium on a Saturday in the fall.
we're getting Damon jacked up right now.
Get me juiced, baby.
Did you play with Andy Mason or not?
I did.
Okay.
The pride of Longview, Washington, number 13 off the edge.
My former wife grew up in Longview, and Andy was friends with the family. And so he always got me practice passes. I would go
Nice.
and sit up in the stands and just watch Napoleon. By the way, Napoleon Kaufman is a pastor now.
Yes,
So,
he is.
yeah. But those teams were a lot of fun. And I remember, because I wasn't that far removed from playing, that I would watch him run and through those holes. I'm like, this guy has got moves. So
He's
a lot of
the
fun.
best running back I ever played with at any level.
Yeah, very, very, and
He's the
because he
best.
wasn't big, but he was strong and fast and
Ugh.
quick. Yeah,
His ability to change direction and just get to that acceleration speed so fast, it's just
yep,
different.
very, very fun. So yeah, Andy, I haven't talked to him for a year or two, but
Great guy. Great guy.
Antoine Masson, is that what he liked to be called? Antoine Masson. It was super stupid. Andy, that was dumb. Okay, back to this wine.
Yeah.
This is a football kickoff episode. We can talk football.
Okay.
So this is starting to open up.
Wine.
Oh man.
Think Howell Mountain, right? Kind of got that Howell
Oh,
Mountain going on a little bit. If you're a Randy Dunn
Napa?
fan, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Mm-hmm.
We've got some tough decisions the next couple nights in this house, don't we?
Yeah.
Not really.
Where are we going to find a nice wine to drink?
Where are we going to? I know where.
Decisions.
All right. Our last one. And I wanted to.
Red on the label.
Yeah. I have a soft spot for Red Mountain. I really do.
But it's funny.
You're going to love this wine.
We went to North Star and did that blending experience.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
I was like, well, for sure it's going to have mostly Red Mountain Merlot. But then that's not what I chose.
Columbia Valley.
I chose Columbia Valley.
It was really interesting. It's a 2 or 3 hour initiation into the blending aspect of winemaking.
It was very fun.
And you really quickly realize you have no idea, and you just go kudos to the winemaker, because it's a lot of work. I mean, it's not bad work, but it's work. It's okay.
Yeah. There you go.
The 2022 Passing Time Cabernet Sauvignon from Red Mountain.
Yeah. 98% cab, 2% cab franc. This cab comes from 3 iconic vineyards up there on the mountain. The backbone of this being the Clipson Vineyard, 1984 planting. So
Wow.
some of the oldest vines in the state. 40% of this cab in there is from that Clipson Vineyard, 30% Kiona Heart of the Hill, and 23% from the Red Mountain Vineyard I talked about a little bit earlier. That was in our CVR. But yeah, and then just a dash, 2% of Bacchus Cab Franc, which is kind of, there's a little something to the nose. So yeah, this wine, you think if you were in a blind tasting, a lot of Red Mountain cabs can be very tannic, especially in their infancy.
Yeah.
This wine, not at all. Chris does a great job managing these tannins on Red Mountain. I think they're very, very sneaky. They're there, but they just support the wine enough. But this guy is just, I think of the 3 this one's probably the most approachable in its infancy. And just, it's a lovely, very pleasurable wine. Lots of red fruits.
I can't stop smelling it. It's hashtag cheersing.
Cheersing. Oops. Cheersing.
Okay.
Cheers.
Damon,
Lots of depth.
Mm-hmm.
do you have
Delicious.
Agreements with multiple vineyard blocks that
Yeah.
you don't always use?
That I don't always use. Yes and no,
Okay.
because I'll do use them in the Columbia Valley Red if they don't make to the standard of this, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And we always like, want to try something new, or we brought fruit from different vineyards over the years, and Sometimes they just don't make the grade. And if there's anybody who ever wants to start a winery right now and can get access, you can get access to fruit. I mean, right now, as we all know, it's a little bit of a choppy time.
Yeah.
With just the industry in general. Only 53% of Americans are drinking right now. It's the
Wow.
lowest number since 1939.
Yeah.
Down from 67% a decade ago.
Yeah.
I hate quitters. So,
Man, I'm right with you, dude.
Why do you think
right?
that is?
Well,
What are
I
the
have a couple.
reasons?
I have a couple of really good reasons.
What?
First, we'll start with
CDC.
No, I'm not. I'm going to start with I know I'm a Gen X, but what are these kids called today? Gen Z? What are these
I'm not sure what part of the alphabet we're on right now.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about like the 21 to 30-year-old kids today. They are not drinking. They're not social. They don't congregate to a bar to go drink beers with friends or have
Yeah.
glasses of wine. One, the world's very expensive. Two, they have everything on their phone.
Mm.
Three, COVID, left a lot of these people just used to just staying at home.
And the
So
whole
there's a little
internet.
bit of a social. There's this,
awkwardness. Yeah.
wine is so social. It's
Yeah.
drink, food and wine and hanging out and that's just not something they're all into. And the other thing is I'm not wearing my Apple Watch or my Aura ring right now. But all these kids wear these watches and rings that will tell them, you only had 3 hours of REM sleep last night. What did you do?
Oh,
Oh my gosh, what did I do?
I
That's
must have
right.
drank a glass
I
of wine.
drank too many glasses of wine and I didn't sleep properly. So they got technology telling them like it's not good for them. Stay away. And then the other big one with the boomers, people my age even.
Bring it on,
They're
Damon.
dying.
Dr. Phil here. Come on. Spill the news.
You ready?
Yep.
Ozempic.
Oh, God.
People don't want to eat and they don't want to drink. It's been a magical drug for so many people,
Not a
especially
good
with
thing.
diabetes and whatnot. But now, seen as a weight loss drug,
Yeah.
there's a reason it works is because you have no appetite.
Yeah.
So anyway, those are my kind of theories. And yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think we all know, drinking too much is not good for us. But
No. And
I
you will
believe.
notice that,
Not
by the
too
way,
much.
at 2:30 in the morning. And when you're up till 3:45 or 4, you're like, it's my fault.
Yeah,
I
it's my fault.
you know what?
Overdid it.
But
I'm
but when you get up that Sunday morning after a long night, like that's the worst you're gonna feel. It's only gonna get better as the day goes on.
That's one way
So
to look at it.
so just so what? You have a little headache to start the day.
I can't
You know?
believe that Damon completely dogged Ozempic. My family is the pioneer family to starting Ozempic.
No.
I'm not dogging it. I'm not dogging it.
Yeah, I'm dogging it.
I
No,
preface that with
Shelley's
it's a
right with
wonderful
you, by the
drug.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
Not the way to lose
So
weight.
that's not the way to lose weight. By the way,
You have to balance your hormones. That's the big thing if you're a boomer, especially.
and just eat right and move.
Well,
Eat
that's
right
it.
and move.
Move. Eat and
Good
move.
carbs.
And then,
It's really
Red
simple.
wine does not have that many carbs, so it's
No.
fine.
No, and Damon,
Yeah,
to bring it back to the beginning, you were saying you're drinking more white wines these days.
I
Mhm.
am.
The white wines are loaded more with they're higher sugars, and
They
so
are.
A little bit. I mean, 5 carbs versus 4 carbs.
so it's
In a
not that
glass.
much.
No.
But it's just the whole thing. Balance is the key. Balance,
Totally.
just and eat right. Don't
Mm-hmm.
overindulge and move,
Mm-hmm.
and probably
Move.
not in
Oh,
that
you gotta move.
order. Move first.
Exactly. Move first.
Yeah.
Yep. Keep on moving. Don't stop.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, my arm's
I
been
love it.
moving, getting this wine into my mouth.
And the time is moving on.
Yes, I know, Shelley. Well, okay. So some wines we enjoyed this week. I will say we had the. Can you pronounce that first word? Christian. We had a Torontis. It was a Torontis. A Wente
Wente
Chardonnay. Go ahead.
Okay.
A Rocky Pond, Malbec.
From the
Yeah.
Rocky Reach
And the
AVA.
Rocky Reach AVA.
Okay. New AVA.
Yep.
Yes. A Roche Vin Amber.
From
I don't know what.
British Columbia.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's right. Okay. That was
Yep.
an unfiltered wine.
It was
interesting.
definitely unfiltered.
Yep.
Okay.
And a J. Bookwalter Reader's Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes. Fantastic. Some things coming up. We don't want to bore Damon, but
so we'll go through quickly. September 5th, National Chianti Day.
Okay, you go.
On the 10th, International Port Wine Day. We haven't had a port for a very long time.
You realize today is September 5th, right? So today is National Chianti Day.
Well, we're not having it.
No, we're not. There's no Chianti here.
No Chianti. Sorry. 20th, International Grenache Day. October 2nd, Torontis Day.
Yep.
On the October 6th, National Orange Wine Day.
Yay.
And the 11th, International Pinotage Day.
And we've got Chris Upchurch coming in November, probably the 14th, give or take.
Hey, real quick. Do you know what we're doing every day?
Every day we're drinking rosé. What?
No, we're passing time.
Oh, well played. Well played.
There we go.
Gosh, it's just when I think Damon doesn't have it, he's got it. Yes, every day we're passing time.
That's it, babe. Every day's passing time.
Well.
We have to pass it well, yeah. And from the south, from the left side. We also have
Brock is pretty. Sam is pretty. Yeah, that lefty.
Oh, that's right.
Pretty.
Sam's a lefty too.
Damon's pretty. Mike Penix is pretty.
Gosh. Oh, yeah. So I think Penix is going to actually. I really like him. I think so too. Super smart guy. And I've only seen one game from Williams. I know he started a couple games last year, but that was last year and I don't remember. And so
who has the best center?
Oh, Shelley has to go ahead, bring up
Ryan Khalil.
From USC.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Yeah. He should
start. Was my daughter. He was my daughter's friend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
good.
Going back to
USC
days.
Important.
Centers are the key to the line. Yes. Yeah, they're very important.
I wish the shotgun is so prevalent today.
Yeah, it is.
In the old days, I had to put my hands up under that swampy center's behind.
I'm right with you.
Now it's like, hey, look, now you just get in the shotgun and just snap it to me and be a lot easier.
Damon, did you ever get this big lump on your right? Well, you were lefty, so it'd be your left hand.
No, I was righty. I was righty.
Oh, you were. Oh, so it was Brock left?
Brock was the lefty. Yeah.
Oh, so that's why he's odd. Okay. So
yeah, exactly. The left-handed middle child.
Yeah. So when you put your hand up under the center, because the center always has a cup and it's really hard and it doesn't give. Did you?
No, they don't wear cups anymore.
They don't.
They got rid of cups when guys never wore cups.
Wow. I mean, I never wore one in college, but
no. The cups kind of went away.
I got a lump on my right hand because every time Dennis Baskett would snap the ball or Jim Barrett would snap the ball, and I just got this huge lump on my right hand.
Like a callus.
Yeah, it sucked. And then they want you. So there you go. Yeah, from the cup. Yeah. Anyway, this is TMI with Wine Time.
You listeners thought you were talking wine. Instead, we're talking about the quarterback center exchange and the.
So, Damon, I have to ask this:
how
many times did you go under the guard?
I think one time.
Yeah.
It might have happened in practice a little more, but only one time in a game. And
I don't know if I ever did it in a game. I mean, I would never do it in a game, but I did in practice. And the guy is like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, that's pretty funny when it happens.
It's so funny. A huge thanks to today's sponsors, CDA Gourmet, Pilgrim's Market, and J. Bookwalter Wines. And
next week we're talking to Janine Lum with third bottle.
Yeah. We're not going to show. Should we show it? Okay, we're going to show
quickly.
Here is a quick third bottle wine bag.
There it is.
It is so cool. And we can't get into the details because we have to do that with Janine. But off air, we'll tell Damon about it with a little bit of knowledge. Shelley, wine becomes a lot less overwhelming. Damon, thank you so much for spending the time after a travel day
Thanks for
like
having
we
you
had.
guys. Always fun, and
Yeah,
thanks for all your support of the Washington wine industry
always.
and promoting our Passing Time wines. We really appreciate you
You
guys,
know,
and
who
happy
knows?
football season. And we'll do this again down the road.
You may just see us at that holiday kickoff party this year. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't
And you're
know.
always welcome. You let us know.
All right, man. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys next week with Janine Lum.
Thank you for spending part of your day to wind down with Shelley and Phil. Remember, you can listen to any episode of the Wine Time Fridays podcast by visiting winetimefridays.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And join us on our Wine Time Fridays Facebook page, Instagram, or on Twitter, which is @VintageTweets, for daily conversation. Until next week, here's our toast to you, to health, wealth, abundance, gratitude, peace on earth, and of course, romance.
We're only at an hour.
Hey, that's not the end of the world. We'll wrap this up in a good 40 minutes. We're good. Do you see the look she gave me?
Yeah.
Okay. We do want to respect your time, and we don't want to gulp. I've gotten in trouble in the past few episodes because apparently I pour more than I should, and then I get it, and then I have to, guzzle.
Oh,
Yes,
you're
we have a
good.
dump bucket.
We don't have a dump bucket
We
for
do.
Passing Time wine. No, we do not.
You can dump it. Come on, Phil. It's all good. I'm dumping it right now. Shoot.
You know what, Damon? That's a personality and character flaw that you have.